Hi, welcome to another episode of the Cover Zero podcast, the show where I cover the least in the best way possible. I'm your host, Jason Wells, and week 6 is in the books, and I don't know what's happening. There's maybe 3 good teams in the league right now, and 17 who are just all in one group right now. It's kind of nuts. I actually looked it up. I wanted to see this year compared to last year how many 2-win and 3-win teams we had. So last year at this point there was only 15 2 or 3-win teams. Right now we're at 21. That's a big jump. The other stat that I have, total NFL touchdowns scored through 6 weeks. In 2020 it was 559. 2021, 531. This year, 449. We are well behind last year's pace. I don't know if it's shitty football, if it's good defense, if there's actually parity in the league, but I have no idea what's going on. We'll talk about it in the recap, but I guess I should just get to that. This week's show, we're, as always, recapping the last week. I have Chu joining me because the Pats are now to have the same record as the Dolphins. So, that's fun. But he's back. Pick'em is back. We'll do that. Only other note that I have, Commanders owner Dan Snyder, people are looking for him to sell the team right now, and he says that he has dirt on a ton of NFL owners right now. So if he's going down, a bunch of them are going down with him. Hopefully he does lose the team. Hopefully, whoever he does have dirt on, hopefully they also lose the team. It's a lot of drama. It's fun. But without further ado, let's get into the Week 6 recap with Chu. I'd now like to welcome back Chu. I had him on Week 1 after the Dolphins beat the Patriots, and since then, it is now Week 6, and we're both 3-3. We'll talk about the Pats and the Dolphins in a little bit because they do come up early. But Chu, how's it going?
Good, man. 3-3 on the year. So with the third string quarterback, I'll take it, but I'm hoping for a nice little win streak coming up here.
Yeah, and we will get into that quickly, but first, let's start with what we watched yesterday, Monday Night Football. Denver 16, Chargers 19. The game went to overtime. Monday Night Football just kind of sucks. Like, really.
I feel like every primetime game that's not on a Sunday night has sucked. I don't know what it is.
No,
yeah. Even the Thursday's been really bad.
Yeah, it's been brutal. Honestly, JC Jackson, I don't know what the fuck happened with him. Apparently he was a system corner for the Patriots, but he got benched yesterday, which was huge. I'm still on the Brandon Staley has no fucking clue what he's doing, especially as a defensive coach. The Chargers defense looks brutal.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know how you have a guy who is literally ranked a top 2 corner by the players this offseason. Jalen Ramsey, JC Jackson, number 2. So it shows, even the players didn't think he was a system corner, right? And then Staley throws him in there, and he's blowing coverages almost every quarter. Like he's given up a 35-yard bomb or over his shoulder. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. Khalil Mack looks really good though, at least. So when Joey Bosa comes back, I think that will really help. And yeah, the Chargers, they're pretty banged up offensively. When Keenan Allen comes back,
yeah,
hopefully that makes a big difference. Rashawn Slater's being missed right now. You can tell Herbert's taking a lot of hits, even with those ribs. So yeah, not impressed by either team, to be honest, on Monday night.
And that's about as all you can say. Chargers kicker Dustin Hopkins, he went 4 for 4 last night, and every time he kicked, he was in pain. So
Yeah.
he's a warrior. Good for him. He's the reason why they won the game, for being honest. Other than that, Herbert, 57 pass attempts, no fucking touchdown. There was a boost on DraftKings last night for that. I'm so mad.
Did you hit
That
it?
was.
You hit it?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, of course I did.
Okay.
I think that was the second time in her.
I forgot to.
Yeah, like apparently that was Herbert's second time in his career where he hasn't thrown a passing touchdown in a game. So
Yeah.
fuck me. I guess that's what I
You know
get
what the first time
for
was?
relying on Herbert.
You know the first time Herbert never threw a touchdown pass?
Was it versus the Patriots?
Yeah.
Yeah, not much. I guess we'll move on to the Broncos. Russ fucking stinks. He started the game 10 for 10, finished the game 5 for 18. I said last week this is a robbery for him. The fact that he got that massive extension without ever playing a snap for the Broncos, I still won't get it. Yeah, any Russ slander?
I don't know. I'll give him his credit. He looked good in the first half. He looked like his old self, but the second half was the same garbage. So yeah. I don't know.
Something's got to change there. Right now, they have the least points scored in the league with 91. That's less than the Titans, who haven't scored any points in the fourth quarter and also had a bye week. So that's just how bad the Broncos offense has been this year. Other than that, Pat Surtain, he's looking like a lockdown top 5 corner probably right now. He's looking like a home run pick for them. So at least that's something positive for the Broncos right now. But any other notes on the Broncos?
Baron Browning looked really good.
Yes. Yeah, where did he come from?
I think Kentucky. No, I'm thinking of someone else. Let's see. Baron Browning. He came from Ohio State.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, he looked good yesterday. There is the Broncos defense still looks decent. It's just I don't know what the fuck the offense is doing. It doesn't make any sense. They benched Melvin Gordon essentially. It was all Latavius Murray last night, but the Broncos have some shit to figure out. Hopefully they do, because right now they're a bottom 10 team in the league and they don't have their first round pick currently. So that trade's looking worse and worse for them. We'll go back to all the way back to Thursday night football. Commanders 12, Bears 7. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Not much.
The only notes I have for this game, Wentz now has a broken finger. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. So rather going to be Taylor Heineke or Sam Howell. Hopefully it gives them a bit of a spark, but I
don't know why it wouldn't be Heineke.
No. Yeah. Agreed. And the Bears, the run game looked good. It's looked good for the most of the season, but that's kind of all the Bears can do. They can run the football. Justin Fields I think he had 14 completions. Yeah. So he's still, it's literally just a nothing game. These two teams suck. We'll move on. And lucky for me, the first game up on the Sunday slate, Minnesota 24, Miami 16. The storyline for this anyways is we need Tua, but the Vikings won the game, so we'll talk about them first. They won, but it wasn't impressive. Kirk played like Kirk. Justin Jefferson had 100+ yards because of course he did. He's phenomenal. Dalvin Cook also averaged 5.7 yards per carry, but other than that, it's not like the Dolphins were completely killed in this game. And for the Vikings being 5-1 and the way the Dolphins have trended the last 3 weeks, it was tough to watch, but it was.
I saw Dalvin Cook. I saw Justin Jefferson making plays. I wasn't able to catch the whole game because I was watching another team. But they were. I was happy to see that the Vikings got the win for the division, so that we can have the same record. But I just have a question though. What was the official reasoning for Skylar Thompson being the starter? Like, why didn't Teddy just not play?
I think it was McDaniel just wanting, because Teddy didn't take any first team reps in practice, and
Okay.
I think McDaniel is very oriented on getting the guys the reps. So I
Yeah.
guess he was more confident in Skylar going into it. It didn't really seem to matter. The Dolphins this week, we didn't have our left tackle, right tackle, QB1, technically QB2 for half the game. Cornerback 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're missing our tight end 2 and our number 1 edge. We're fucking banged up right now. It's like us, the Chargers, the Niners, and I'm forgetting one other team that's just been killed by injuries this year. But whatever. That's beside the point. We need Tua. We were 3-0 with him. He has a winning record, and it's if we had Tua, if Tua was healthy, and I know health is the big issue with him, but if Tua started in these 6 games, I say at the minimum we'd be 5-1 right now.
It's possible. I mean, with 49ers coaches, they really need their quarterback once. I mean, whenever Jimmy Garoppolo's out, Kyle Shanahan can't win a game. It's looking like the same thing here. So, yeah, maybe their offense is run about it's a lot. It's really important to have the guy under center that's taking all those reps in preseason, taking all those reps in the offseason. Just sucks when he goes down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. We outgained them by 200 yards. Penalties killed us. Other than that, I mean, Tyreek is on pace to break Calvin Johnson's
Crazy
season record right now. I mean, it is a 17-game season now, but for anyone who said that Tyreek was done now that he's a Dolphin, he doesn't have Pat Mahomes throwing to him, fuck you. You're all idiots.
He gets 200 yards with whoever. Doesn't matter.
Like, honestly, it's he's had 3 different quarterbacks throwing to him, and he's still on pace to. I think he's on pace for 2,000 yards right now. So
when Chad Henne and Matt Moore would play with the Chiefs, he would still get a 50-yard reception every game.
Yeah,
it would.
He is not a product of any quarterback. He's just that fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tua's back this week. He'll play on Sunday Night Football versus Steelers. I expect a shit kicking. When we get to the pick'em, we might get to talk about that game, but we'll move on because the Dolphins make me sad currently. But next game up is your Patriots. Pats 38, Browns 15. I'll just let you go.
Yeah. Honestly, the most impressive thing all year has been, I think the defense has looked just as good, if not better than any defense in the NFL. And why? Because we take the ball away. We don't give up points. We've gotten lit up once. It was against Lamar, and that happens. But, I mean, I don't know how you're going to stop our secondary. We have 4 elite DBs right now that are just rolling in and rolling out. We have Jack Jones, who's the best corner in the league. We have
fucking Christ.
We have Jonathan Jones, who's playing right now at a top 10, top 15 level corner in the league. I don't know if that's pushing it, maybe. And then McCory and Duggar, who you just can't go wrong with. They've been in the system for a while. They're going to know what they're doing. They're going to be super reliable. And I know it might be stretching it saying Jack Jones is the best corner in the league, but JC Jackson, who's in LA, looked worse than him. Like he's looking better than JC did. Ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. He's 24 years old. He's an old guy out of college, and he was late in the draft because he had some issues off the field. But I mean, Bill looks like he's got his guy, and I think that's the biggest story is Jack Jones and the draft class. Cole Strange, Tyquan Thornton. This rookie class is looking. It was laughed at in the offseason, and it looks like it might be one of the better ones.
Yeah, Bill is definitely in his bag right now. I mean, I've said it. I didn't think that defense was. I thought that defense was going to take a step back. I thought they'd still be solid, but they're still. I mean, you just said the best defense in the league. That's ridiculous. Like, come on.
I don't think so.
Like, when you got the Eagles, the Niners, the Cowboys.
What happened when the Eagles defense played the Lions?
They didn't have DeAndre Swift, and Amon-Ra only played 30% of the snaps. It was not the same team.
And we shut them
Come
out.
on.
Yeah, I know, but we shut them out. They got up 35.
Yeah, congrats on beating the Lions. No one cares. Like that's the thing. It's the defense is great. I'm not gonna. I'll say they're top 10. I don't like probably top 5 right now. If we're being honest, I'll say top 10 is safe though. But yeah, your wins are versus the Steelers, the Lions, and the Browns. You're 3-3, but
We also have a third string quarterback playing.
so do we, and we're also 3-3. So
There you go.
Yeah. And I mean, fuck, I said it off the top of the show. I mean, you didn't hear this, but like the league right now, I just don't know what the fuck is happening. Everyone sucks. There's like 3 teams that I'm like confident in them. They're really good. And everyone else is just kind of in this middle ground right now where I have no idea what's happening. So that'll get sorted. The Pats, they're 3-3. I know you guys have an easy schedule too coming up, but
The Bears.
really, yeah. So I'm expecting a thorough shit kicking on Monday Night Football versus the Bears.
Yeah, no matter who plays at quarterback.
And then we'll move on to the Browns because that was just embarrassing. Run the damn ball. Like,
well, they tried. They were just losing by a bunch.
well, see, but this is the thing. They were only down by 4 going into half.
Yeah.
And even then, they only had 16 carries between Chubb and Hunt. They should those are your guys. I know if you're down running the ball, it becomes a tough situation, but they're the best running back duo in football. The Browns win football games because of the running game. It just should have been focused on a little more. Obviously, you have to get away from it once you get down, but that third quarter, they should have still been running the ball more.
Yeah, I agree they could have ran the ball more. I just think, Chubb had, I think, 12 carries, 56 yards. He should probably be more in the, even if you're losing, he should have more than 15. But, I understood. When I was watching the game, I wasn't like, oh my God, why are they throwing the ball so much? It was more, they need chunks of yardage because they're down in the fourth quarter. They could have ran the ball a bit more early, but, I don't think it'll be an issue upcoming. I think Stefanski, I forget who the Browns play next week, but he'll probably get back to running the ball. Oh, Baltimore. It's Baltimore.
Yeah,
The
Browns, every team's in that really mid territory. Who knows? But they just got to run the football. That's their identity. And that's what happens when you don't. You lose 38-15 to the Pats. So we'll move on. Next game up. Niners 14, Falcons 28. I said it last week. Or actually, no, I didn't say this last week, but Arthur Smith is probably second right now for Coach of the Year, 100%.
Well, I'd have to think of that, but
to me, it's Brian Dable, and then it's Arthur Smith right now.
Is Sirianni?
Fuck, I guess that's true. Okay, top three.
Yeah, maybe. I think the Falcons do look really good. They played the Bucks tough last week too. The defense is way better than I thought it would be.
The defense is frisky.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They got Grady Jarrett up the middle. Arnold Ibikiti, the rookie, he's looked good. I know the numbers really haven't been there, but I saw a stat where I think he's 3rd for rookies in QB pressures right now. So he's affecting the play. And then, they got Casey Hayward and AJ Terrell at the corner. So the defense is solid. I just think the Giants, Arthur Smith is coaching this team up to a frisky level. They're decent. They play teams hard. They're 6-0 versus the spread right now, and they're 3-3, which is nuts.
It is nuts. And I see one guy I did see making plays was Richie Grant, who I loved out of college, and he was a good value guy, and he's playing well now. But even without CPAT, they're running the ball, so good for the Falcons. At least they're not looking like the Bears right now.
Well, that's the thing. People had the Falcons as the worst team in the league going into the year. That's clearly not the case right now. But only other note I have for the Falcons is when Marcus Mariota completes 13 or less passes, the Falcons are 3-0, which is ridiculous. So move on to the Niners, who I had a parlay this past Sunday. It was the Niners, the Bucks, and the Packers, all to win money line plus 140. And I was like, there's no way these three teams lose, and all three teams lost. I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, the Niners right now, like the Dolphins, like the Chargers, injuries are just killing them. Without their left tackle, right tackle, running back, technically starting quarterback, cornerback 1, cornerback 2, linebacker, safety, and their entire starting defensive line was out. So that's on me for not checking the injury report thoroughly before betting that. But the Niners just need to be healthy. I think that's the note from the game.
The O-line is always a strength for them, and yesterday it was not.
No.
So
yeah. And realistically with the Niners, like Jimmy did not play well, and obviously, but Jimmy's that type of quarterback where everything needs to be perfect for him in order to succeed. And when things fall off the rails, this is kind of what happens. This is the Niners that we get.
Jimmy's played 2 full seasons before getting injured, if he didn't get injured, because he gets injured a lot, you know. He's maybe not the toughest quarterback in the world, but 2 full seasons, NFC Championship game and Super Bowl loss. So I don't know. I think the guy needs a little bit more respect.
Well, I mean, when he averages like 130 yards in the playoffs, he doesn't deserve respect because he's fucking terrible.
Yeah, but the team can't win without him, which is what I don't understand.
God, I saw a stat and I wish I remembered it, but it was something like you take the year where they went like 13-3 or whatever, and like they're really good Niners. They were like the number 1 team in the league.
Yeah.
You take away that one season, he has like a 500 record with the Niners. So it was something like that. Either way, I'm not going to sit here and you tell me that Jimmy G is a above average quarterback. He is not. He's a game manager at its finest. He's below Kirk Cousins. Like Kirk Cousins is the standard of quarterback. If you're better than him, you have a guy. If you're worse than Kirk Cousins, you don't have a guy. Jimmy G is worse than Kirk Cousins.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Oh God. Okay. We'll move on. Fuck, this was another fucking brutal game. I already talked about it a little bit. Bucks 18, Steelers 20. What the fuck was that?
I mean, I bet Tampa -10, so I can't say like this should have happened. But honestly, Mitch Trubisky, good for you, man. You come in off the bench, like just get thrown into the game like that against Tampa, who has a really good defense, and like this was the play of the game. So 3rd and 16 with 2:30 left, I think 18-20. And it's in the Steelers zone in the 20. So if they don't get this, they're punting the ball. Brady has the ball on his own 40. He's 100% going to get them field goal range. And Trubisky throws a dot to Claypool over the middle. Claypool gets the first down. And then another one, 3rd and 9. And then the same thing. They pick it up with Trubisky. So good for him. I think Trubisky looked great. I don't know if Pickett's going to come back, if he's going to get the job back. We'll see. I mean, the two wins that Pittsburgh has is with Trubisky, so.
Like, and that is the thing. Like, I don't know how long Pickett is out for with his concussion. I don't think that's been announced yet. But if Trubisky gets the start, I mean, actually, no. They're playing the Dolphins on Sunday, so he's going to get the shit kicked out of him, unfortunately. But if they were playing any other team and he played well, I don't know if Pickett would get his job back potentially. But this is what I'm happy for Trubisky, because he will be in the league for the next 10 years just as a backup, because he can do stuff like that. So good for him. Only other note for the Steelers, this is exactly kind of what I expect from Mike Tomlin. They get the absolute shit kicked out of them last week, and that's not Steelers football. And they played well. They played right up to the Bucks. So good for Mike Tomlin for coaching up his team this week, especially without TJ Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick for that defense. The Bucks, again, the Steelers did not have TJ Watt or Minkah Fitzpatrick, and this is what we get. Yeah. I don't understand.
It's very surprising, but I'm never gonna doubt a Tom Brady led team. So
That's the thing. It's early right now, and that offensive line does fucking suck. And I know that like they've had injuries, but it's been
it's been bad, and now I see why Shaq Mason was dealt for a sixth. Good job, Bill.
God. Yeah, like it's but even then, even with like a bad offensive line, the offense should still just be better in general. Like Evans was playing, Godwin was playing,
Yeah,
Lenny's still there, and like Tom Brady's the quarterback. It should be when the Bills score 38 against the Steelers the week before with Minkah Fitzpatrick playing, and then you take out Minkah Fitzpatrick and you can only muster up 18 points. That's brutal. That can't happen.
yeah, for sure. And it's just the way football goes. Sometimes you think one game is a lock, and then one team comes out more motivated than the other one. I think that's what it was. I think the Bucks just kind of walked in there expecting an easy W, and that's not what
Yeah.
happened.
No, I feel like everyone's survivor pools are over now by week
Oh
6.
yeah, for sure.
There's no chance that anyone's gone 6-0 so far.
The only way to
Um,
win this week was with the Rams.
God, and we'll get to them because fuck, whatever. Next game though, we'll go down to New Orleans. Bengals 30, Saints 26. It was the return of Burrow and Chase back to the Superdome where they won that national championship. Hey, the Bengals, the offense finally showed up. They put up points. It's still a pretty good Saints defense. So Joe and Chase, they love playing in New Orleans.
Yeah, Chase took a 10-yard hitch route to the house,
No.
and that was all she wrote. I really liked what I saw from Chase and Burrow though. They looked good. That was their best game of the year for sure.
Oh, 100%.
The thing is with the I'm starting to worry a little bit about the Bengals defense because when Dalton's kind of piecing you up like that in the first half without his 3 starting receivers, like that's an offense where you should take the ball away from them 2 times in the first half, not give up a bunch of points. So hopefully they can figure it out. Um, if that team needs a true number 1 cornerback, I think that's what they should really look for in the near future.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, they're still starting Eli Apple.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
can't happen.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Bengals defense. I don't think the Bengals are going to make much noise this year, honestly. I don't really see it.
Well, like that's the thing. Like I didn't have the Bengals making the playoffs because of a myriad of other reasons right now. But
Yeah.
right now, it's so hard to even say, oh, who I'm confident in making the playoffs, just because everyone is 2-win or a 3-win team right now, essentially. But I'm hoping the Bengals turn a corner right now. This is the first time the offense actually looked like it did last year. They got the Falcons next week, and they should
Upset
roll.
alert.
They should put up points again. It
I like that
better
game.
not come crashing down.
I love that game.
I do too.
Yeah.
It should be good. Yeah, the Saints, you mentioned it. The Saints are so banged up right now. I think that's the other team who I was trying to think of, but yeah, they are extremely hurt. They still almost beat the Bengals. I still like the Saints. I think they're like frisky right now, but again, it's just everyone's hurt. Everyone's in that same range of teams right now, so who knows, but they just need to get healthy.
What would you do? Would you put Jameis back in?
I'd put Jameis back in. Like Dalton, you
Yeah.
see what he can do, and it's
Yeah, I'm starting to
doesn't win you
not see
games.
the upside with Jameis though. Like I used to be able to see an upside, and then now I've just see the same quarterback over and over and over again. I'm like, all right, like he might be at Dalton level too, you know?
Well, like, and that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know when his back injury like actually happened,
Yeah,
but again, I have no idea what his timetable to even come back is with a fractured back.
yeah,
So
I have no clue. Yeah,
So either way, Saints, if it is Andy Dalton, maybe get Taysom Hill more involved because last
Yeah.
week he fucking dominated and this week he was kind of quiet, but that's kind of just what Taysom Hill does. We'll move on though. Uh God, the fucking Giants, man. Ravens 20, Giants 24. I don't get it. I truly don't
Yeah.
understand how they're 5-1.
It doesn't make any sense. I think they might be the worst 5-1 team I've ever seen in my life, though, to be fair. But they're getting the job done, so I can't hate on them. If you're 5-1, you're 5-1 for a reason. You're probably well coached. You probably don't turn the ball over. You probably playing good defense, and that's what they're doing. Daniel Jones
Yeah.
isn't really making all these kind of crazy mistakes he's been making recently.
Mhm.
And it's probably I just have to assume it's because of the coaching. And good on Dayball, good on coming in and making a difference and showing that the Giants aren't a joke anymore. So good for him.
Yeah. The next 4 games for the Giants, too, they have the Jags, the Seahawks, a bye, and then Texans Lions. So realistically, the Giants could easily be 8-2, 9-1, which what the fuck? Good for the Giants. I don't get it. They're winning games. That's all that matters for them. The
Could you
Ravens.
imagine a world where the Packers go to the Giants in a playoff game? Like,
God, that would be like that's the thing. Like they're on the
like that
NFC.
could happen.
Yeah, they got a layup of a schedule, the NFC East this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Ravens right now,
They're just
probably
blowing.
the worst game of the season for Lamar.
Yeah.
And they can't finish games. That's been their whole issue the entire season. The game against Miami, it was 35-14 with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Final score 42-38. Was 20-3 at half versus the Bills. Final score 23-20. This game was 20-10 with 6 minutes left. Final score 24-20. The Ravens just can't finish games, and that needs to be fixed.
And a lot of that has to do with John Harbaugh just not really adjusting, right? So he's got to figure it out. And if there's a coach that I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, I'll give it to John Harbaugh. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can sort that second half issue out. Lamar needs to play better. Kenyon Drake at least gave them a little bit of yardage from the backfield that they've been missing. I don't know what's going on with J.K. Dobbins. One side note, Isaiah Likely is looking like a really, really good tight end for them in the future. So
Yes.
that was a good pick.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. The only other note I have, I don't understand. Like, Mark Andrews is the second best tight end in the league. Kelsey's number 1. We won't argue that because you better not argue that.
Well, I could say that Kittle is better than Andrews.
Okay. That I'm fine with because I don't really like Mark Andrews because every time I watch, he's a bozo. The amount of times where like that play in the end zone where it went right off his face and they almost picked it off. Like he does that so many times. Every time I watch playoff games, critical, like, oh, they need a first down, right in his hands, drops. I don't understand it with him. It just seems like he doesn't, I don't know. He's obviously really good and he's a top 3 tight end in the league, but he has those plays and I'm just like, how can you do that if you're one of the best like tight ends in the league?
Yeah, he also drops a lot of balls.
Yeah.
But then he makes spectacular catches to make up for it.
Yeah.
So you can't get too mad at him over it.
No.
But no, I would definitely say I think Kittle would be the number 2 just because of his blocking. I know Andrews can block too, but I just think Kittle's like an extra offensive lineman when he's on the field. So I think Kittle number 2, and Kelsey, of course, you can't argue right now. He's just going too crazy. You can't.
Yeah, completely agree with that. We'll move on to the next game. The New York Jets 27, Green Bay 20. The Jets are 4-2. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this something's going on in New York, but either team, if you ask me, do you think they're gonna make noise in the playoffs, or you think they're gonna even look like this in the second half of the season? I'm going to tell you no, especially the Jets. The Giants, I think, actually have some talent there, and I think the Giants could actually maybe even make the playoffs. But the Jets, I'm telling you right now, there's no chance that the Jets will be in the playoffs. Like 0% chance. Like
I
there's no way.
completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, again, I've said it before. I really like this Jets roster. They're building something. Zach Wilson still fucking sucks. He's
Oh
terrible.
yeah.
It's
Brees
he's
Hall is great though.
Hmm?
At least they have Brees Hall.
Oh yes, but so Darnold and Jamal Adams turned into Elijah Vera Tucker, Garrett Wilson, and Brees Hall.
Great deal.
Yes.
Great deal.
Yeah. And then the other rookie on the team, Sauce Gardner. I loved him so much coming out of Cincinnati, and he might be defensive rookie of the year right now. He's been
right after Jack Jones for sure.
Yeah. Fuck, fair enough, whatever. Yeah, but this team's only going to go as far as Zach Wilson takes them, and that won't be very far. The Jets have looked good the last few weeks. Again, they haven't really beaten anyone, so I mean, fuck, they kicked the shit out of us, but congrats on beating Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's like when the Packers beat us with Zappy, who came in. It was like he didn't even take any reps with the first team. He was kind of just. Mm-hmm. I don't count that as a win.
No. The Packers though. What the like? I know that you've been on the hating Packers train for a while. I just don't understand how Matt LaFleur is game planning like this. Aaron Rodgers cannot throw the ball 41 times in a game anymore because he does not have any good wide receivers on his team. I like Romeo Doubs. He's young. Alan Lazard is fine, but Rodgers, this isn't a team built to throw 41 times in a game. It's built to run, and they only rushed 19 fucking times. It can't happen.
Yeah. It doesn't make much sense. I mean, especially when you've seen what happens when Rodgers throws the ball a lot right now. You're not effective. So I don't know. And Aaron Jones, I mean, why is he not getting the touches?
I don't
get it.
God, that fantasy trade I made with you looks worse and worse every day.
Oh, like that was a good one. That was a good one.
God. Like I love Aaron Jones. I still expected him to like be fringe offensive player of the year at the beginning of the season, and it's just the coaching right now that's killing them. And Matt LaFleur, I don't know if it's Rodgers being like, no, this is how we're doing things, and Matt LaFleur just kind of okay, like sure, but he needs to grow some balls and not run this offense the way that it's been run. So
for sure.
The Packers right now. So 2019, 3 losses. 2020, 3 losses. 2021, 4 losses. 2022, 3 losses already. So this is really unprecedented territory for the Packers over the last 4 years. They have not been. I mean, they haven't been a 500 football team in God knows how long. So they got some shit to figure out.
For sure. And they don't got a good schedule coming up.
No, they do not. We'll move on. Jags 27, Colts 34. The AFC South just sucks.
Yeah, I just tend to ignore any game that involves 2 AFC South teams because they're going to be in one postseason game this year, and then that team will lose the first game of the postseason, and then they will not make any noise. But no. I don't know. Actually, I do like what the Jaguars are doing, to be honest. Like, I think the Jaguars have the brightest future out of all those teams, 100 million %. They have Doug Peterson, who I think is a good coach, and Trevor Lawrence, who looks like the best quarterback from his class finally. So I think that they've got something cooking there. I really like Trayvon Walker as well. However, he has no idea what roughing the passer is, because I've seen him like twice now just like smoke the quarterback for no reason. But he does look like he's worthy of the number 1 overall selection. So good for the Jags for at least not looking as bad as they did last year.
Yeah, like it's like I can't tell if the Jags like bounced back or the Colts just kind of equally suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the AFC South is garbage. You said it. Trevor Lawrence looks good after 2 rough 3 weeks where he's looked bad, or 2 weeks?
I think it was 2.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 weeks where he's looked like rookie Trevor Lawrence again, but hey, the Colts got a division win. They're now first in that division. Good for them. Only other note for the Colts, Matt Ryan went 42 for 58 and 3 touchdowns. I think he broke the record for completions in a game for the Colts. So, which is nuts considering they had Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck for a long ass period of time.
Yeah.
So good for Matt Ryan. Yeah, these teams, someone in the AFC South is going to make the playoffs and they're going to lose immediately. So that's all you can say about that.
Yeah.
Next game up, this game also sucked, but Cardinals 9, Seattle 19. I was so wrong about Seattle. I thought Schneider and Carroll were brutal. They were going to be out the door by the end of the season, probably next season. And they drafted a phenomenal class. Charles Cross, Abe Lucas, Kenneth Walker, Tariq Woolen. Tariq Woolen looks fucking fantastic right now. He's crushing it. Kenneth Walker looked great in his first start, 110 total yards, 1 touchdown. The Seahawks are just winning games in Seahawks fashion. They played good defense versus the Cardinals, but I just hate that I have to sit here and say Pete Carroll and John Schneider actually know what they're doing, because for a whole decade they didn't. And they turned it around after they got rid of Russ, who...
Did Russ trick everyone? Did Russ just trick everyone?
Apparently. That's... it's honestly, it's mind-blowing. But yeah, Seattle, do you have anything to add on that?
I'm just disappointed with the Cardinals. If I just,
Yeah.
I'm not as impressed with the Seahawks. I'm just more disappointed with the Cardinals. What's going on over there? And I hope Marquise Brown is okay. I think he's done for the year, but hopefully he can get a second opinion. I'm not sure. Yeah, and good for the Seahawks. They're still in it. The Rams don't look very good. The Niners are 3-3, so
yeah,
I mean the division's wide open.
Wide open right now. Yeah, with the Cardinals though, I'm going to say it now every week. Cliff Kingsbury, the fact he got a 5-year extension at the start of this year is ridiculous. He is a bad coach. He's never been a good coach. His record right now in the NFL is 26-28-1, losing record. His record in college, 35-40. So he's a losing coach in the both leagues that he's coached in. I don't understand it. I don't know why you gave him a 5-year extension off the start. The fucking Cardinals, man. I don't get it.
Yeah. His record sounds a lot like Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. Hollywood's done for the year. Good news though for them. Hopkins is done with his suspension now. He's coming back, and they traded for Robbie Anderson.
He'll just
it's a move.
That Marquise role.
Yeah. And I'm also hoping Rondale Moore kind of takes a bigger step now, but he's just looked okay. Either way, the Cardinals are bad.
Yeah. They got to sort some things out on the offensive line too.
Oh, yeah. We'll move on, though. Next game, Panthers 10, Rams 24. This game was closer than the final score showed. Mm-hmm. The Rams just aren't good.
No, they have a lot of openings. They need another receiver, because apparently Allen Robinson is actually sort of washed. Mm-hmm. And Cooper Kupp, I mean, if you want him to handle the load and have 11 catches every night for 140 yards, and you're demanding that of him, defenses are eventually going to pick up on it and shut him down. And then you're going to have someone else step up. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who's going to step up for them. I don't think it's Allen Robinson. I don't think it's Tyler Higbee. So they're going to need another playmaker to step up for them. Cam Akers, I don't know. He just decided, I'm playing really bad right now, so I'm going to demand a trade. I don't know what happened there. The Rams were giving him opportunities on the field, and he just wasn't taking advantage of them. So I don't know if Cam Akers is going to do better in another system. I don't know what's going on there. And they need another running back. They need another receiver. They need probably another tight end and new pieces on that offensive line. They have a lot of issues that they need to sort out.
Yes. One other note for them and potentially getting a new weapon, they're interested in Christian McCaffrey, which,
cool.
I mean, if they trade for CMC, obviously that helps something, but
Yeah.
it doesn't help the offensive line, and the offensive line is really the huge issue for them right now.
Yeah.
So, fuck, if they trade for CMC, that I don't think that'll solve anything, but that's what the Rams do. They just buy players, so they'll probably do it. Panthers, on the other hand, congrats on focusing on the 2023 draft. We don't have to talk about you for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Start looking at those Bryce Young, CJ Stroud highlights.
Yeah. Because PJ Walker was the starting quarter.
Or Anthony Richardson, sorry.
Oh yeah, God. Get Cam Newton light back there. But the Panthers, they started PJ Walker. His deepest pass for the game was 1 yard. Or completion anyways, but so and then Jacob Eason went in, didn't do anything. Panthers suck. They have talented players on their team. They shouldn't be this bad, but
trade them all away. Get all the first you can.
There we go. We'll move on to the best game of the week, in my opinion. Bills 24, Chiefs 20. This is the AFC Championship preview. Fuck you, Chu. No. These are the two best teams in the AFC right now by a mile. And I don't know who you would even put with them. And don't say the Patriots or I'm leaving the Zoom.
No. I'm not saying the Patriots will make the AFC Championship game. But I'm saying that when the Patriots play the Bills, they're going to beat them.
That's okay.
But do I think this is a preview of the AFC Championship game? No. I don't necessarily think that. I think the Chargers will figure it out. Deep down. I don't know.
You would think so, but yeah. It's tough to say right now.
They're going to figure it out.
Yeah. It's tough to say right now. Like, the Chargers are just super banged up, so it's kind of like a who knows, but the Bills are fucking good though. Josh Allen is the clear MVP frontrunner right now.
Jalen
Hurts, I mean, we will get to that game, but he played well, but Josh Allen has been putting up crazy numbers almost every single game. Yeah. So, plus, I think that he just has the narrative behind him.
Yeah, I can't fight the Josh Allen narrative right now. He's played too well. I just really need that stretch from him that he showed last year at the start of the year. I just need something to throw the Bills off a little bit, so Patriots or the Dolphins can like sneak up on him a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Not the Jets.
With the Chiefs, though, Pat Mahomes has now thrown an INT in his last 3 game-winning drive attempts. Spills for sending that stat like an hour ago because I needed something to talk with the Chiefs about. So not a great stat. Obviously, Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes. You can't really look at that and be like, he's losing it, but can't happen. That was a bad pick to end the game.
That's a Baker Mayfield type stat right there.
These are two really good teams in my power rankings. The Bills 1, Chiefs 3. So this is kind of what I expected, a close game. It was a great game, so I expect them to hopefully meet in the playoffs again. But we'll move on to the last game of the slate, Sunday Night Football. Cowboys 17, Eagles 26. Eagles are still undefeated. They've been impressive. That's all you can really say right now. No one's even come close to beating them. And the numbers, I just did say the numbers weren't crazy for Hurts, but he did exactly what he needed to do. He had like 150 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and I think he had like 30 yards rushing. So he did his job.
Yep. No mistakes. That's the biggest thing is when you have a good roster like that, you only got to carry them when you're needed. If you're not needed to carry them, don't do anything. Just run the game plan. Be the game manager. Yep. The elite quarterbacks do that. Peyton Manning did that. Tom Brady did that. Like the elite of the elite quarterbacks just do what they're asked, right?
Mhm.
And that's why I love Jalen Hurts so much this year. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not making mistakes, and then when he needs to make a play, it does make a play. He
Yeah.
actually makes the big plays.
Mhm.
So that's why my front runner would probably be Jalen Hurts, but I can't argue against what Josh Allen's doing. I'll admit it. I mean, he's looked spectacular. It's his best year so far. Um, do I expect it to continue? No, but we'll see.
Ah, God. Um, with the air, one last note for the Eagles. That lead did shrink. They're up 20-0, and it did go to 2017 before the Eagles kicked 2 field goals to seal that game. The Cowboys, though, there's no more QB controversy anymore. The fact that was even a question a couple weeks ago was crazy. Cooper
Yeah,
Rush is not that guy. Everyone should have known that.
100%.
But Dak is on track to play this coming weekend. So that offense should take a considerable leap. And that defense is still really fucking good. So Cowboys can make some noise.
Mm, I don't
No,
know. I think the division's too good, honestly.
that's the
I
thing.
think
The Eagles are still going to win that division, no doubt in
yeah.
my mind. The Cowboys right now should be a wild card team, though.
I hope they do for their fans' sake, and then they don't miss the playoffs again. But I could see them missing the playoffs again. Honestly, they still got to play the Eagles at one more time. They got to play the Giants. I mean, and the Giants match up with them pretty well. I think the
Mhm.
Giants defense will give them a lot of problems. So those are two tough games. Have they played the Giants? They haven't played the Giants yet this year, right?
They lost.
Oh, they haven't. They lost. Okay, so
Yeah.
they have one more Eagles. There's two tough games right there, and then we'll see. I don't know. The Cowboys are always one of those teams where you never really know what's going to happen with them, and all you know is they're not going to be playing in February.
That's fair.
Yeah,
They can make the playoffs, but yeah, they're not making the Super Bowl.
yeah.
100%. All right, week 6 is wrapped up. We can go over to the pick'em for week 7.
Yep.
So as always, Pick'em is back this week after a couple weeks off there, but as always, we alternate picks. Can't pick from the same game. We want a favorite, we want a dog, we want an over and under, and then a money line dog. You are my guest. Floor is yours. Number 1 pick. Who are we going
Awesome.
with?
I'll just go with the Broncos minus 1.5 to
Ooh.
start it off against the Jets. And the reason being is because I think the Broncos desperately need a win, and the Jets are probably riding in high into Mile High, and they're probably going to get blasted.
I I don't disagree. I've just been so all over the place with I honestly I don't know what to think about most teams. I still think the Broncos have a talented roster. That Broncos defense should kill Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
So 1.5, not a lot of points. Broncos could do it.
in altitude.
Yeah. It's a home game, but fuck that. That home crowd, if it doesn't go their way, they might be booing by halftime.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um good pick. Okay. I'm gonna go with Okay. I'm gonna go with my over, and I'm gonna go over 47.5 Cincinnati, Atlanta. Um I'm hoping that the Bengals offense is now good again. So I still think the Falcons defense is frisky. It's not very good. I think the Bengals should be able to score a ton of points. Falcons offense has been good, has been putting up points. 47.5. I think it could happen.
Yeah, I do like the as I said, I am concerned about the Bengals defense, and I do like what the Falcons have done offensively without Cordell Patterson. They're still running the ball, so I could definitely see a overhit there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what's my next pick gonna be? All right, so I'll just go with my money line dog right off the bat, and I'll take the Giants as dogs against the Jaguars. I don't know why they're dogs.
No, that line makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, especially because it's not even like, oh, like it's Giants +1. No, it's Giants +3.
Yeah.
Which I don't get it. Yeah. The Giants should win, but who knows? It's the Giants. So
yeah, for sure. It's not a lock.
No.
I just don't know why they're dogs. So I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, we shall see with that game. I'm gonna go. Oh God. Let me see. I'm gonna go with my under, and I'm gonna take under 42.5 Colts Titans. These are two teams that still play pretty good defense and don't score a lot of points.
Yeah.
So
I like that a lot.
Yeah. The Titans have scored 0 points in the fourth quarter all season. I think they've only scored 14 points in the second half all season. So I'll take that. Both teams kind of suck. Should be a bad game to watch. So under 42.5.
Yeah, I love that. I would have taken that too, but
Yeah.
I'll take an over right now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go on Monday night, and I'm going over 40 Bears Patriots. And the only reason I'm going over is because I think the Patriots are gonna score over 30. So I think if the Bears score 10 or more, then the over will hit.
Yeah, that's completely fair. That game is going to be. The Pats should score points on them easily.
Yeah.
So as long as the Bears can do a little bit.
I'm just thinking of our O-line. I think we're going to dominate them in the trenches. So we should be able to move the ball pretty easily and get some red zone scores.
Okay. Okay, let me see now. I'll go with a favorite.
Okay.
And I'm going to take. Fuck. I'm between two games right now, and okay. Cowboys -7. That's my pick.
Okay.
Cowboys -7. We just said it. Dak should be back this week. That defense is great. The Lions are coming off a bye. That Lions defense is still complete dog shit. So Cowboys should score.
On my board. Is it on? Who are they playing?
The Lions.
Oh, there we go. I find it now. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this could be a high scoring game. I think that Dallas defense hopefully slows down that Lions offense, but Cowboys -7. I'm riding with that.
Yeah. Honestly, I was debating taking the Lions as my money line dog, but it was way too risky. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. We'll see with the Lions, because I've seen them dominate teams with their O-line, and I think if the Cowboys front, like not Micah Parsons, but like the Cowboys' actual run defense can't handle that Lions run game, I can see a way for the Lions to win this game. But then if the Lions come in with a terrible game plan and they drop Jared Goff in the pocket and just have him go through reads, like he's going to get sacked, he's going to fumble the ball, he's going to throw picks. So that game can go either way. I agree.
Yeah. And I don't disagree with that. And like after you just said, I kind of just hate the pick now. So we'll move on. You are up again.
Okay, so what I got my under, right? I haven't taken an under. So I'll take. Has the Saints game been touched yet? No, right? I'm gonna go with the under in the Cardinals Saints game if it's not touched yet.
Nope.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go the under with that one, because if the Saints are still banged up, the Cardinals just put up 9 points against the Seahawks, so I don't know how they're gonna fare against the Saints defense. I like that number a lot, 44.5. I'll take the under.
So that was Cardinals Saints.
Yeah,
it's 44.5. Yeah. Okay, I need a money line dog, and I need a dog. And all the games that I had listed have all been taken from. Okay, let me see. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck the Packers. I'm gonna take the Commanders +5. Uh
I like that one.
Commanders, no Wentz. Taylor Heineke, he's gonna come in, he's gonna give them a spark. I think the Packers are, I mean, fuck, they've been bad. They've been bad to watch. Yeah, I'll take the Commanders +5.
Yeah, I like that one too. In
God.
Washington, could be a messy one. Like a throw out a score prediction, like a 21-10 for the Commanders.
That's the thing. Like the Packers haven't been playing impressive football.
Yeah,
Obviously, neither of the Commanders, but
yeah,
I'll take the slumping Commanders over the Packers right now.
yeah. So I still got a dog spread.
Yes.
So this is tough.
It is, the board's tough this week.
Yeah, this is very tough. I'm gonna go for no reason at all, just because I don't understand the line, but for no reason at all, I'll take the Niners +3. Like,
Yeah.
like
That was
Yeah.
the other game I was going back and forth with for my favorite because
for absolutely no reason at all. It just could maybe happen, so I'll take it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because like the only reason I was iffy with that is I know that a lot of the Niners injuries are super close to coming back. And
Yeah.
if they are healthy that week, then yeah, the Niners could look good. And now I'm kind of pissed that you stole that game from me because I need a money line dog and I have no idea where it's going to come from on the board right now.
Panthers.
Oh, fuck yeah, not a chance. Well, okay, I've narrowed it down between two.
Yeah.
And no, fuck it, because I hate Brandon Staley. I'm going to go with Seahawks money line over the Chargers.
Oh, I didn't
So-
want to do it, but it's a good one. Yeah.
There's a chance. Is it a small chance? Yeah. The Chargers just went to overtime with the Broncos, though.
Yeah.
The Broncos are not a good football team. Chargers are super banged up. Seahawks are kind of on a roll. The Seahawks also play like they run the football. The Chargers cannot defend the run.
Yeah.
So here's hoping, anyways. Seahawks money line.
Yeah. If Kenneth Walker starts running all over that Staley defense, could have some issues.
Yeah.
Tommy might be going crazy.
Okay. So to recap, you had Broncos -1.5. Your dog was who again?
My dog was the Giants.
No, that was your money line, but like your dog spread.
Oh, for spread, it was the Niners +3.
Niners +3. Okay, Niners. So yeah, Niners +3. And then your over was
The Patriots.
Okay, yeah. That was super low. Fucking
40.
39.5 according to the score. So that's what we're going to go with.
There you go. I'm on DK, so maybe we're off by a little bit.
That's I'm just going off the score just because.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
But yeah, I say okay. And then over 39.5. Pats, Bears, under 44.5, Cards, Saints, and Giants money line. Yep. I have Cowboys -7, Commanders +5, over 47.5, Bengals, Falcons, under 42.5, Colts, Titans, and Seahawks money line. Thanks for coming on, Chu. I'm going to end it with this. Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi? Who's your quarterback going forward?
I'm rolling with Mac all day.
Yeah.
I think Bailey's a nice story. I think this is my comp for Zappi. He's like a nice little Gardner Minshew story where this guy can actually play in the league. Is he gonna be a top 15 level, top 10 level player? No. Mac, this is a stat from PFF, so like they're kind of made up. But
yes.
Mac was averaging 2 big time throws a game per game. Zappy has 0 on the year. So
That isn't.
I mean, Mac and then the game against the Ravens, like Mac threw all those picks, so we kind of looked down on him, like he didn't have a very good game, but we forget he made some really really nice throws down the field as well.
He did.
So I think we can actually move the ball with Mac, and he's been the guy. He's been the guy for the last 2 years, so he knows the offense better than Zappy. Nah, I'm gonna roll with Mac all day, but I do really like what I've seen from Zappy, and we have a good backup. So.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like a lot of Pats fans right now are feeling a little bit of nostalgia just because first round QB comes in, looks pretty good, gets hurt. Here comes the whatever round Bailey Zappi was drafted in, backup quarterback who's taken over, also looking pretty good. Some Pats fans think that Bailey Zappi could just be Tom Brady again. That's way too far of a stretch, but we'll see. We're still got a long season. I'm sure I'll have you back on again at some points, but thank you again.
Yeah. Have a good one, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, that'll do it for another episode of the Cover Zero podcast. This coming week will be very telling. As I said off the start of the show, there are so many teams who have 2 or 3 wins right now. A bunch of them are playing each other. I guess we're going to get to see who's more legit than other teams, who actually sucks. It'll be good. NFL Sunday, always good. It sucks, though, at the primetime games this week. I mean, Saints, Cardinals, meh. Bears, Patriots Monday night is going to be a terrible game. The Pats should roll. If they don't, I'm going to slander the Pats endlessly. Sunday Night Football, though. Dolphins versus Steelers. Dolphins at home. Tua is back. I expect a shit kicking. I can't wait. This is the game Dolphins get back on track. I will be immensely sad if they don't. So, yeah, we'll leave that there. But as always, if you've liked this, please like, share, subscribe, follow, retweet, all that fun stuff. And until next time, peace.